really grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Ariza outside. Houston moving the ball around to take the lead, and it's blocked. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
And, guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
Here's Ariza. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
In the first half, they shot a little over 30%. That's dismal. That's obviously not the start that you want to see. But they've settled down here in this second half, getting some good looks, and they've started to knock them down.
Howard is still Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific, in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year he had not one 20-plus rebound game. Tell me the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
Ariza has the open look. Again, the Rockets score.
After what was just a horrendous shooting performance in the first half, they finally started to find their stroke.
And amazing that they hold the lead with how poorly they shot in the first half, but they've defended at a high level and remain in control.
Pretty passing, timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And Beverly kicks to Harden. Here's Ariza. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so for Houston.
Guys, the passing rate unselfish.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Thompson in for Leandro Barbosa. Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the
in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor.
And really deep three that time. Now it's a 4-point Warrior lead.
I think they're trying to go for the kill here. I mean, they're starting to take a lot more three-point shots than they had been before, looking to run away.
And as long as you keep getting quality looks, the coaches should have no complaints. Play with confidence. And with Draymond Green, he can defend inside. He can cover on the perimeter. I mean, his versatility at both ends of the floor also a huge asset. And you can't have a higher basketball IQ than he does. It really helps him excel at all facets of the game.
Curry's shot is off.
And that one bounced their way. But, guys, the rebounding disparity has been stark. They're -10 in that category.
Well, if you ask me, Greg, it's really been the story of the game. I mean, the coaching staff cannot be pleased with the effort on the glass. They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
And the Rockets making a change here. Beasley's checked in, and Golden State also making a change. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Maurice Spates.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Harden kicks to Howard. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Howard's got the game tied up here for the Rockets.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside. And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. And that one's good. Beverly.
The defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Warriors trail by 5. Here's Curry with the 3. And again, no good by Golden State.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Beasley. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Defensively, guys, they just don't seem to be giving the same kind of effort that they were in the first half of the game.
There's the feed to Iguodala. Thompson outside. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Beverly against Curry. And Beverly kicks to Howard. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
On its way from Curry for 2. Here's Iguodala. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. McDaniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Green. Clark, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Out left to the wing. Here's McDaniels. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
This game's finally gotten away from him.
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, there's not really much they can do at this point.
Kicks it out to Iguodala. From deep. It's good. And now they trail by just 4. 12 seconds left in the fourth. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5. Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're losing by 5. There's 10 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know what? It isn't over yet. A quick score and a foul?
And perhaps a few missed free throws, and they're right back in it. So it all has to happen fast, but it could happen.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
So it's a narrow victory for the Rockets, pulling it out for the W. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end.
Gentlemen, I'm here with James Harden. Congratulations on the win, James. And what did it take for the team to make the push necessary to put yourselves in?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Patrick Beverly. He put up a new season high tonight. And if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
A tremendous night of shooting the basketball for him tonight. He was nearly 60% from the field. Ernie, 60. That's Shaq-like numbers. Okay, that's Kenny Smith-like numbers. I'm telling you, this guy was outstanding. I love the way he shot it all over the place.
He was completely in sync with the whole team tonight. And you can see that in the assist numbers, which were spectacular, I might add. It's hard to imagine him having a better night passing the basketball. Man.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
Vengo en busca de respuestas con el manojo lleno y vengo como un libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que vive en cada pensamiento de esta amada tierra. Quien sabe cuidarlo es quien de verdad la quiera. Vengo para mirar de nuevo, para ver los sitios y despertar el ojo ciego, sin miedo. Tú y yo descolonicemos lo que nos enseñaron, con nuestro pelo negro, con pómulos marcados, con el orgullo indio en el alma tatuado. Vengo con la mirada, vengo con la palabra, esa palabra hablada. Vengo sin temor a no perder nada. Vengo como el niño que busca tan encadilados y nos acurrucamos al origen de los tiempos, a la fuente del universo donde yace el sentimiento de vivir este comienzo. Vengo con la sangre roja, con los pulmones llenos de rimas en mi boca, con los ojos rasgados, con la tierra en las manos. Venimos con el mundo y venimos con su canto. Vengo a construir un sueño, el brillo de la vida que habita en el hombre nuevo. Vengo buscando un ideal y un mundo sin clase que se pueda levantar. Vengo con el mundo y vengo con los pájaros, vengo con las flores y los árboles, sus cantos. Vengo con el cielo y sus constelaciones, vengo con el mundo y todas sus estaciones. Vengo agradecida al punto de partida, vengo con la madera, la montaña y la vida. Vengo con el aire, el agua, la tierra y el fuego. Vengo a mirar el mundo de nuevo.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll...
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you so, but still so down to earth. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keep scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some that she don't wanna see.
At shooting guard, at the other guard position, Daniel.
You can taste the excitement here in the Quicken Loans Arena. We've got the San Antonio Spurs facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for San Antonio, Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Leonard in at the three. And how much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark? Incredible consistency, unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. Consistency, phenomenal.
Duncan with a screen on Irving. The pass to Aldridge. And James pulls it down. And a wide open look for Irving. And another three for Cleveland.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
He dishes it to Smith. They get it back. Back to Irving. The three. Green with the block. Out to the right wing. Here's Parker. And he lays it straight in.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's LeBron. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Leonard. Parker kicks to Green. Dishes it to Aldridge. From 13. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And here is Irving. He has 6 to the inside. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Irving. Thompson's got his first 2 points.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. And now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
And that one's good. Parker.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
Smith dishes to Irving. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Parker outside. Leonard against LeBron. The 8-footer. Leonard, no luck. Now talking about Parker and the bigs, Tony benefited from their presence, Clark, but they also benefited from his play.
Really, early in their careers, the only way to defend Parker and Duncan was to pack the lane, and once Tony developed a consistent jump shot, the only way to defend them was to hope and pray.
Right. Now here's Leonard, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard again missing.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
A nice shot by Irving.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
You know, one of the more impressive things that we know about LeBron James is that he is one of the great leaders in the NBA. His voice carries a lot of weight, and he hasn't been shy about raising his voice on social issues either. Good to see.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And he gets it to go.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Now here's LeBron. It's stolen by Martin. And now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. Shot's good.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And speaking of LeBron's leadership, trying to will this Cavs team to a title, one of his greatest challenges.
And Kevin, the expectations are just so high. He may have had less talent around him in his first stint in Cleveland, but after winning titles in Miami, anything less seems like a step backwards. Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Martin the screen. Now here's Mills. He's tightly guarded. 5 on the clock. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Martin attacking, and that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, good D, but better O. It's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well said. Well, for the most part, they were just standing still, Clark.
And you know what, Kevin? He's not the most explosive player on the court, but if you give him a clear lane to the basket, he'll punch it on you.
And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous leadership. So that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example how to take responsibility and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what you think?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
Dellavedova and Smith are the guard tandem. Kevin Love out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Fry in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Here's Anderson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Irving from long range. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Now he's starting to pick up from what he accomplished in the first quarter, where he made 3 of his 3-point attempts. You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. But Popovich said last year he feels it might actually be the case.
Smith And Cleveland again with the bucket. Spurs trail by 3. Anderson, a screen on Irving. Mills with it. Guarded now by Irving. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Mills. Anderson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Aldridge wide open, he fires. And another basket for San Antonio. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Leonard against Irving. Smith right side. Just 5 on the clock. And Shumpert kicks to Smith. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Tony Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Here's Irving on the mark with the 15-footer. Irving's got 16.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin. But you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
In transition, here comes San Antonio. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. LeBron, he's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. Spurs have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10.
And for Irving, he did come into last year hot. I mean, he won the MVP in international play while with Team USA.
Here's Diaw. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Cavaliers leading. Here's LeBron. Kevin Martin grabs the board.
And for Kyrie, taking home the MVP in a Team USA tourney like that, it's a huge ego boost. I mean, of all the stars on that team, he shined the brightest. And I think that's going to help his confidence for this year.
Cleveland's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Mozgov with the block.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
West is checked in for San Antonio. Cavs were very strong against the West. 18-12 record for them overall, second only to the Hawks in the East.
And they really turned it on against the West from mid-January on. How about going 14-1 in the West in their last 15 matchups, and that included a 10-game win streak against the West.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best in recent history. The all-time leader in assists for the Spurs over his 14 years there. Just a crafty guy with the ball in his hand. Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. And continuing our talk of Tony Parker the first year.